A portion of this video is sponsored by TAC. All right, we are now at the end of the year, and the iPhone 17 Pro has been out long enough to really understand how it holds up. Apple has made some of their biggest design and performance changes, especially with this generation in the past couple years, but did they actually matter long term? I've been using this since its release in September. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. So this iPhone 17 Pro, not the Pro Max, has been my daily iPhone. And yes, I've been testing the iPhone 17 as well as the iPhone Air and going back and forth, but I've always been coming back to this one. Why? Because it just offers the biggest improvements year over year. And I've been using the Pro model since the 13 Pro, specifically with the Pro Max. And this has been great in pretty much every single category. I want to start things off with design and the build. It's a more modern, more comfortable, more industrial Pro. Apple redesigned it this year with having an aluminum unibody frame, so there's no more titanium. And while that may be a downgrade when you look at it like on paper, because yeah, it was titanium and now you're going to aluminum, which is not as sturdy as titanium. They have their reasons for it, right? Now the front and back is ceramic shield too, and I gotta tell you, it's been great. Granted, I am very careful with my phone, so I haven't really dropped it at all. I do have a screen protector on here too, on this gorgeous display, which I'll get to in a moment. I have gotten used to the full width camera plateau, and again, I think this is what kind of gives the 17 Pro a more industrial look, and then it just overall fits really comfortably in the hand. And I gotta tell you, there's really no huge durability problems. You have, I have at least come across some people who have, scuffed marks around their iPhone, and like I guess Colorgate is what it's called, but the colorization on their iPhones isn't the greatest. For me, it's been very good. I haven't noticed any issues whatsoever. No scratches, no wear either, because I take care of my phone. I'm really safe and kind of careful with how I use it and where I'm using it, things like that. So yeah, the iPhone 17 Pro still looks and feels very premium, and right now I can tell you it's aging very well. Quick shout out before we continue. I've been using these TAC cases for my iPhone 17 Pro, and I honestly love how clean they are. We've got the Diamond Clear and the Onyx Clear cases. They're both super slim at just 1 millimeter thick, so they don't add bulk at all. They're really lightweight, but they still feel really solid with reinforced sides and smoother rounded edges, which actually makes a difference in your daily use. They're also MagSafe compatible with built-in N52 magnets, so all of my chargers and accessories snap right on, no issues there. Buttons are also fully open and precise, and the camera cutout stays open so nothing gets in the way. I also paired it with TAC's matte screen protector. It's 9-inch tempered glass, full screen coverage including the dynamic island, and it just feels super clean. Plus, this matte finish cuts glare and fingerprints big time. If you want a clean, minimal setup for your iPhone 17 Pro, which is definitely my aesthetic, definitely check these out. I'll be leaving links down below. So this display though has been phenomenal. 6.3-inch Super Retina exterior OLED, 120 Hz ProMotion. Peak brightness is around 3000 nits, which is great. So if you're using this outdoors, you won't have any issues whatsoever. Now the new anti-reflective coating, it's good, but it's not as great as the Galaxy S25 Ultra. And if you've used Samsung's S25 Ultra, you would know that anti-reflective coating on their device, on Samsung's, is so much better than the iPhone's. It's good to know that Apple brought it here, but it's just not as great. So you're still gonna notice more reflections than with Samsung's. However, the colors, HDR sharpness on this iPhone 17 Pro still is phenomenal. No burn issues, nothing like that, no color shift problems. And I can tell you, like this right now, the 17 Pro, like the 6.3-inch display sized phones in general, I think they're the new compact flagships, and this is kind of sitting there as one of the best compact-ish flagships of 2025 heading into 2026. So I can kind of give this an improvement in the design department and overall A, because it feels like that. Now the one downside, at least with design, is maybe the colors. And I know for years we've been asking for more vibrant colors with this Pro models, and we got that. We got that cosmic orange. But they didn't release a black color. And if they did, I probably would have picked up the black color over this deep blue. And I guess this deep blue was the closest thing I could get to a space black. Maybe we might get a space black in the spring. Who knows? Maybe Apple might surprise us. But until then, we're going to have to wait and see. Now, the performance on this has been absolutely phenomenal. Why? Because of the A19 Pro chipset. And not only that, the A19 Pro chipset, we also do get a vapor chamber, which is great. But with this A19 Pro chipset, we are getting faster sustained performance, cooler operation because of that vapor chamber cooling system, and then great GPU gains for apps and gaming. So multitasking has been great. It's got 12 gigs of RAM, so that's also a huge plus. And I can tell you, since its release up until now, I haven't noticed any slowdowns, no overheating issues, especially no overheating issues, because I also use the 16 Pro, and man, that was pretty rough. There's no weird frame drops, and apps stay open in the background much longer than the 16 Pro. I can tell you that. So that is a huge plus. I'm so happy that there's a vapor cooling chamber. So when I'm playing games, like let's say I have my Pokemon folder right here, I'm playing Pokemon Unite or Delta, which I play Pokemon Crystal, Pokemon Go, TCG Pocket. It doesn't get warm to the touch at all. But my 16 Pro, yeah, that was pretty rough. And then iOS 26. I mean, I've gotten used to it. I mainly was looking forward to iOS 26 because of the user interface changes, and we got that. Everything else has been pretty good. No bugs, at least as of right now. No UI hiccups, no instability. And it does change from user to user. I have seen some posts online of some bugs with iOS 26, but for me, so far, the experience has been consistent and reliable, and it's still really smooth, and that's what to expect. And I think iOS 26 was specifically made for the 17 series. I know the beta released back in June. Well, now it's stable version, but when they first introduced it, it was available on the 16 series, and it was rough. I had it on my iPhone 16 and my 16 Pro, and it was very rough. So I am glad that iOS 26 on this 17 Pro is performing like a champ. How about the cameras, though? The cameras excite me. Why? Because normally, for the longest time, I wasn't really a huge camera guy. But now that I'm using my devices more and more for content, it's crucial for me to carry a phone that has good cameras. This iPhone 17 Pro has that. The triple 48 megapixel camera setup is great. 48 megapixel main, 48 megapixel ultra wide, 48 megapixel telephoto, which is awesome. Low light performance is great. It's got better processing and sensor tuning compared to its predecessor, which is awesome. You get Apple Log 2, you get ProRes, you get Genlock support. You get a bunch of pro features as expected with this iPhone 17 Pro. It's reliable, it's consistent. If you're going to use this, especially for videos, you're not going to have any issues whatsoever. I think it's still one of the most dependable camera systems for not just every day, but also for professional and for content. If that's what you're looking for in a phone, then this iPhone 17 Pro, both for photos and for videos, this iPhone 17 Pro is going to get the job done. The front-facing camera even got an improvement. It's an 18 megapixel front-facing camera with center stage, and I use it to record front-facing videos. It really is great. I have been working on a side project using the front-facing camera for content, and so far it's been great. Again, they're mainly just reviews of more in-depth, like deep dives of my thoughts about smartphones. So that's been a side project I've been working on, and so far it's been great. I've been using the front-facing camera on the 17 Pro as well as the 17 and the iPhone Air, and they're phenomenal. So a huge improvement with the front-facing camera. The battery life has been the biggest improvement over the 16 Pro. Apple has quietly improved the efficiency this year, but has not quietly, but out loud improved the battery life. The A19 Pro chipset, the new thermal design because of that aluminum unibody, the new vapor chamber cooling system, everything, pair it up, the formula, and it equals great battery life. And also, you get a physically larger battery capacity. Why? Well, they made this phone just a tad bit thicker, and they threw in a physically larger battery, which is, I'm completely fine with. This easily lasts me all day, 7 to 8 hours of screen on time without any issues. I don't need to worry about charging it at all. Just for the sake of this video, I did charge it up to 100%, but on a normal day, I don't need to worry about charging it, even though I have chargers wherever I go, whether I'm in my office, whether I'm at work, whether I'm in my car or in my living room, bedroom, you name it, I have chargers. And I don't need to worry about it because this already lasts me all day without any problems whatsoever. Charging speeds is pretty quick. I mean, I get 50% in about like 25-ish minutes, so it's also been great. Let's check my battery health. I mean, my battery health, 100%. As expected. I mean, it's only December, right? I think it'll drop from 100 to like 99, 98 by the time we get to like June, July of next year, closer to the release of the iPhone 18 series. But for right now, it's been great. The battery health retention has been solid. No battery degradation, at least on my end. I don't know anyone else who has any battery degradation either with their 17 Pros, so that is a huge plus. This is the first smaller Pro in a long time with reliable battery endurance. Like, good job, Apple, seriously. I hope they continue to improve in the battery department. I think they can adapt to the new technology like silicon carbon and make even a larger battery, physically larger battery, without increasing the thickness of the phone. Like, that would be great. Look at the new OnePlus 15, for example. It's got like a 7,300 milliamp hour battery, but it's not that thick. Like, it doesn't add too much thickness to the phone. I think if Apple adopted and adapted to the new tech, we would see much, much better battery life with this iPhone. Maybe 18 Pro or 19 Pro, whatever the case may be. And the pricing has set around the same since it's released, $10.99. Haven't really seen any price drops or like deals unless you go through a carrier, which I personally don't like doing that. I just want to buy the phone outright and get it over with. But what has aged well? Well, I'll tell you this, the battery improvements, performance consistency, the new design, I actually like it, by the way, the camera versatility, display, these are all things that have aged very well. Now, what hasn't really aged well, or let's say like some stuff aren't present here with the 17 Pro, is one, super fast charging. Like, yeah, it's decently fast, but it's not the fastest that we can get here, even in the US, which I would love to see much faster charging in an iPhone. And also just no major new AI features. And that makes sense because Apple kind of overpromised and underdelivered last year with their whole AI Apple Intelligence and the Siri revamp. That wasn't great. That's why I didn't really talk about it in this video, because I don't use it. I really don't. So, you know, moving on. Hopefully we'll see AI improvements in the next year. So who should buy the iPhone 17 Pro? Well, I hope, first of all, you're not thinking about the iPhone 18 series, because that's like 9-10 months away. But that usually is the case, right? The new phone releases, we're already thinking about its successor, right? So let's put that aside. But I think anyone who is coming from an iPhone 13, iPhone 14, or even iPhone 15 should consider. Anyone who wants a proper compact flagship. And I say that because, well, we just got to accept it. At least personally, I have to accept that this is going to be the compact flagship form factor moving forward. We're not going to get something like an iPhone mini, although I would love to have one. But this is it. This is the new compact. This is the new quote-unquote mini. Anyone who's in the content space who wants reliable photos and video results, and users who want the A19 Pro performance in a smaller phone. If not, then you go with the Pro Max, right? And then those who value long software support, and then obviously like the ecosystem integration, you're going to go with the iPhone 17 Pro. Who should skip it though? Because this still isn't meant for everybody. If you really want the best of the best battery in an iPhone, you go with the 17 Pro Max, right? Bigger battery, and it's a larger phone. Price conscious users, if you are concerned about pricing, which is expensive, you may want to go with the regular iPhone 17 because in most cases, that's a better value, right? This does offer more than the iPhone 17, but when you look at the grand scheme of things, which one is the best bang for your buck? For many, it may be the iPhone 17, but maybe you have one specific thing that the 17 Pro has that the 17 doesn't, and you end up choosing this. So you really have to know what you're looking for in a phone. And then camera enthusiasts who want just more versatility, maybe through the Android side, go with like a Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra or Pixel 10 Pro, like at least for photos especially. Or if you just want to go with the iPhone 17 Pro Max, which essentially does have the same camera quality, but again, it's just a larger phone, so if that's what you want, you go with that. But people who also want desktop grade transfer speeds and ports, I think you would probably want to go with something like the iPhone 17 Pro Max. But I just kind of want to wrap things up right here with the 17 Pro. It's one of the most balanced flagships, and if not the best flagship I have used this year so far and heading into 2026. It delivers premium build quality. It delivers a phenomenal display, reliable battery, top tier performance, and one of the most versatile camera systems in its size, which is great. I mean, I would love to see a Samsung S25 Ultra, or in this case S26 Ultra, in a smaller form factor like this. That would be phenomenal. Apple didn't really do anything flashy this year. Like, they didn't really make this design super flashy. Instead, they actually went the opposite route. They made it more industrial. It doesn't really feel like elegant like the iPhone Air or like its previous Pros. You kind of have to really hold in the hand to understand. But they refined the phone in all of the right areas. So if you want a compact, you want a powerful premium iPhone, the iPhone 17 Pro is absolutely still worth it. And I would highly recommend buying it if you are in that bracket of needing a new iPhone, especially towards the end of the year. You may come across some good deals with your carriers again, or you may be able to find it like on Amazon or eBay, whatever the case may be. If you want a compact, powerful, premium iPhone, the iPhone 17 Pro is absolutely still worth buying at the end of the year. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely be sure to superman the like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel out a lot. I'll help push my content out to more people. Definitely be sure to check out my latest wallpaper pack right here. It is called Lava Flow. I'll be leaving a link in the description down below. It goes a long way in helping out the channel. That's been it for me. I'll catch you all in the next video.